everyone, welcome to KX. My name is Blessing Olagile and I'm here to present on storytelling in branding and content marketing. What is storytelling in content marketing? Storytelling is the art and science of using fictures and non-fictures, narrative, character, and plots to convey a message that indirectly markets your product or category of products. So what is storytelling? Instead of marketing your product directly to your target audience, what we're trying to say is use the art of storytelling to indirectly market your product to your target audience. You can use characters that they can relate with, fictures and non-fictures characters, to convey your message without sounding salesy. So why storytelling is an important pillar in content marketing? Why is storytelling an important pillar in content marketing? Storytelling is such an important pillar in content marketing because it makes your content way more engaging, it makes it more compelling as opposed to traditional marketing using facts and figures. So what we have learned is buyers, your target customers have become more wiser, they have become more exposed. So they want to really see you create content, they want to see you market or sell your products or services to them, or services that your brand renders to them in a way without really being pushy or sounding traditional. So you want to use storytelling to convey your marketing message without actually making them see as if you're making them buy, but you are going to use stories to make them see as if they are making a decision to buy your products on their own, but you have made that decision because you told them the story that they can relate with. So humans are built to connect with a story. They empathize with characters. They react to a narrative. Therefore, the clever technique of presenting a marketing message that is wrapped in an enticing narrative is referred to as storytelling. You and I know that even you have become a wise buyer, you have become clever, and you connect more. Why is it that when you come online, you're reading a story, you spend more time reading the story and trying to get to the end of the story than when you just see an advert that pops up online? Because the human mind is wired, because when you see that, you know the person wants to sell to you, but when you see a story, you want to read it to the end, you want to know what it is. So when brands can incorporate storytelling into their marketing message, they can entice their target customers, and they find it more compelling. So when they read the story to the end, you would have sold to them in the middle of the story without them knowing that they are being sold. So the next is, so what makes a good storytelling? Now that you have learned that for your personal brand, your business brand, you need to incorporate storytelling into your marketing message. So now, what makes a good story? How do you know that the story you're telling is a good story? How do you know that your target audience are going to connect with it? How do you know that what you're doing is the right thing? And that's what the companies of all are going to be breaking down of what makes a good story. The first one is feature a relatable character. First, you must have done a market research. You must have understood that what your target personnel is. You should have an ideal character of who your target customer is. You must understand your product and who you are servicing or who your product is to. So once you understand that, you must tell a story that surrounds that relatable character that your target customers can relate with. So your target audience is only going to relate to your story and find it relevant only and only if the central character is someone that they can relate with. So if your story doesn't connect with their pain point, you as a brand already know that whatever product or service you're rendering, you are actually providing solutions to the pain point of your target customer. So once your story connects with that, your story provides as a connecting dot to a central character that they can relate with. More importantly, they're going to empathize with this character if they can relate with them. If you cannot get them to empathize with this character, if you cannot make them see your story really portraying the kind of things they're going through, so they should find it relatable. They should be able to read the story and then find themselves in that central character. So if you can get them to empathize with the character, they're not going to be able to step in their shoes, and hence they wouldn't care about your product, they won't care about your story. Therefore, make sure you spend enough time researching your ideal target personnel. You must understand their likes, you must understand their dislikes, what are their motivations, what are their aspirations, what are their pain points, so you can condense all these relevant attributes when you are portraying the character you are using in your story, and create one that your target audience instantly connects with. The second point is keep it real, keep it authentic. When you're telling a good story, we know that storytelling is fictitious and non-fictitious. You are creating a fictitious story, but you have to keep it real, you have to keep it authentic. Being fake or authentic is absolutely not an option when it comes to content marketing. So no matter how hard it seems at the beginning, make sure you use a fresh idea, a unique perspective to craft your own story that doesn't appear inspired by millions of others. You want to keep it real, you want to be authentic, you want to tell a story that connects with your brand, you want to tell a story that is a fresh idea from you. Stay true to your brand values. You don't just tell stories. Always have your brand values at the back of your mind, your brand principles, and use them to deduce your own voice. Every brand has its own voice, every brand has its own values, it has its own. So you want to tell all those your values in and incorporate them into your stories. Even the story tone, the voice that you use will set you apart from your competition. The next thing you want to also take notice when you're telling a good story is you want to use emotions to connect with your target audience. You want to connect with your target audience and then you want to use emotions. Your story is absolutely futile if it doesn't invoke the intended emotions in your readers. So human beings are wired to be emotional beings. So when you're telling a story, you want to invoke emotions, different emotions. You want to invoke fear, anger, joy, thrill, surprise, or any other emotion that you know that will either motivate them, move them, or makes the reader feel something and connect with your brand. Emotions are what makes your story real. It makes them humanly so. Without them, your message will just be like an elevator pitch. Another thing also you also want to consider when you're telling a good story is to avoid digressing. You want to stick to the point. You don't want to start telling stories and then going here and there, picking different points, and then there are different angles to the story, because you have an aim, and the objective of your using storytelling is you want to indirectly market to them. So avoid digressing, stick to the point. Storytelling in marketing works only when the story you tell is succinct and absolute to the point without digressing even a bit. You want to keep your audience engrossed and you don't want to lose them in the way. You don't want to lose them in the process of time. Once you lose them, they lose interest in the story, and then you might not have gotten to the point where you have actually put your marketing message. So once you are digressing too much and you're not sticking to the point, you lose your customers in the process. So finally, a worthy cliffhanger. You don't want to give it all away. Instead, leave your readers wanting more because you keep telling stories about your brand. Try not to have an explicit, definitive ending to your narrative, but leave it either open for interpretation or at a cliffhanger. This will intrigue the readers, leave them with something to think about, and will ensure that they come back for more. Once you do that, you just tell a story and then keep them hanging for a while. It makes them to keep come back, like, okay, what's the continuation of the story? I want a part 2, I want a continuation. So it keeps them excited and enticed to want more. So either way, you have found yourself a genuinely interested potential buyer, but that you have a huge shot at converting. When you have stirred up emotions and then you put out a cliffhanger such that they're expecting more stories from you, that shows that you have been able to capture that person and then you're liable to convert that person into a buying customer. So why is storytelling important for any brand today? Why is storytelling important for any brand today? The fact that storytelling allows a brand to stand out among a sea of competitors should be a reason enough for you. Storytelling makes you stand out. It makes your brand stand out and miss all the competitions. There are a lot of competitors or to your brand or whatever the product or service your brand is offering. You have competitors, but when you incorporate storytelling into your brand, it helps your brand stand out. Here are a few other reasons to explain exactly why you should incorporate storytelling into your content marketing. First, it improves the buyer experience. Powerful storytelling is all you need to get readers to find value in your offerings, your product, your services that your brand offers. When you incorporate storytelling, it gets the readers to find value in what you're offering, what you're listing, because the benefits of your product, offer, and all that are also listed in your stories. Number two, why is storytelling important? The second is adds a personal or human touch to the buying journey. It makes because your customers are humans, and when you use storytelling that they can connect with, it just has a bit of human touch. It has this personal connection to their buying journey. As humans, we are hardwired to respond better to personal attention, a human touch. Anything that is not automated or looks robotic. We are in the world where so many things are automated, robots, AI, doing all that. So when you incorporate storytelling, it makes them feel human. It makes them feel this personal presence in their buying journey, a human touch, anything that is not automated or looks robotic. And storytelling allows you to stage customer journeys. They are way more personal and meaningful than an automated process that leads down the purchase funnel. So why is storytelling important for any brand today? The third reason is storytelling improves your brand credibility. A brand that uses storytelling to strengthen its content marketing efforts is automatically referred as credible and authoritative one. So people find your brand credible, they find it authoritative when they are able to incorporate storytelling into your content marketing. Prospects are convinced of the groundwork you have done to be able to confidently portray your expertise over an engaging narrative, so you have an easier time nudging them down the sales funnel. So they have found your brand relatable, they've connected with your brand, they find it engaging, they find it compelling. So all this process makes them refer your brand as authoritative and also credible. So your audience awaits your narrative. Get them involved by telling stories that connect with them and in turn convert them. Thank you. Your audience awaits your narrative. Get them involved by telling stories that connect with them and convert them.